Jason, you've been with us for about 3 weeks now. Here we are in Spain in what feels like a long pre-season training camp, a long one for the lads. How are you finding everything so far?
No, it's been good. I've been welcomed by everyone at the club, not just from the players and the coaching staff, but everyone based at the training ground as well. Made me feel welcome even before I walked through the door, and more so now that been time on the training ground and now obviously in Spain. So no, very welcomed and pleased to be here.
When you first had those conversations about joining, what was it that kind of excited you about joining this set of players, this coaching staff?
It was what the gaffer spoke to me about in terms of what he wants to do moving forward, the type of players he wants to bring in, how he wants the players and the team, like an identity and how he wants us to look, but or more importantly is about what the club's about, the history of the club and the fan base, and to be a part of that and moving forward in a positive way in changing the culture, the atmosphere, something which I've been a part of beforehand at previous clubs and want to be a part of now.
On a personal note, what do you bring to the club as a coach and as a person behind the scenes?
Experience, both on and off the pitch, the relationships that I've had with players, the players that I've developed, the teams that I've worked with. Also, it's about not so much just about what I can bring, it's more about what the players can bring to me and I can give back to them also as well. And thinking about the day-to-day in terms of what the manager needs, how can I help, what the backroom staff, what do they need, how can I help towards that. And it's just bringing what I'm good at, and that's my football knowledge, football understanding, and me being as a person, and how can I help these players to become better players and to become better people as well.
It seems like the lads have come back in incredible nick, and obviously they've been worked really hard this week. How have you found the first stages of working with them as a group?
No, it's been great. We always say as staff, we've been saying it the last few days, that it's not how it was when we were coming through as players. We saw it as pre-season was there to get fit, where now players they're coming back fit and ready because they know that every year the season of what's ahead of them, minimum 50 odd games, it's competitive, it's evolving every year. And credit to our group of players is that they're looking after themselves in the off season to make sure that they're ready for the first day of pre-season rather than coming in and building themselves up to get fit. And I think it's a credit to them. And there's times where you look and you go, they could there's more in them in a training session, but you've got to be cautious that you don't want to overcook it too early. But you can see it from the players is that they've come back in great shape, and at times they're the ones that want to do more. But on the flip side, sometimes us as coaching staff are going, we just got to be careful. But it's great that they've come back and they're pushing each other.
I mean, we're stood here under the 30-degree Spanish sun. It's warm enough for us stood on the side with cameras. How have the lads been getting on in training? And yourselves as well. You've been joining in quite a lot.
I've been joining more than enough. But no, it's been great. And I think it's one of these types of places to come away and get in this heat, because we always say we're going to expect it at the early part of the season. It's basically just getting yourself conditioned for that, making sure that you are able to keep the outputs of the high-intensity work within the training sessions. That's going into the first games of the season. So it's all the preparation for that first 6 weeks of the season, really, when you're playing under different conditions, and making sure that we're ready for that.
The gaffer's been talking quite a lot about living in each other's pockets this week. Is that good for you in terms of your, third week here, and you get to really get to know everyone around you? It's valuable, surely?
No, totally. I mean, I always feel it's important that for myself, someone who's coming into a new environment of, yes, you get to know the players on the training ground level, but when you're away and you're in each other's pockets for 24 hours a day, as we say, for a period of time, it's like you get to know them and get to see them differently, because you're away from that training ground environment. You're now living with each other. You're seeing their habits, you're seeing the way that they work away from the training ground environment, away from home environment. So it's just good to see, and also where you get to see how the groups are as well, and the bonding with each other. There's always going to be ones and twos or threes and fours, and what they're like as a bigger collective. And I think it's always important, especially myself as a new member coming in, just getting to see the group away from the training ground and how they bond, and also with the staff as well.
Obviously, as we've said, they've been working very hard on the training pitch, but there's also been quite a lot of kind of laughs off the training pitch, and you can feel that camaraderie between the group. Do you feel that coming in even as a new person?
Yeah, I think it's at every club as well. I think every club will have that type of camaraderie, and I think what the gaffer's done this year as well, where they've had the challenges and the team competition. As you know, we were involved in it as a staff team the last couple of nights. And I think what it is, it's keeping it seriously, but still making sure that we enjoy what we're doing. It's not just work. Yes, we know that element is important, but you still have to work and still have to be able to enjoy what you're doing. And that's what we've done, not only in the training sessions, but also with the challenges that we're doing with the quizzes, the skill challenge yesterday. We've got triathlon, I think it is, next week. And I think it's important that there is that competitive edge amongst the group and their individual teams.
And just finally, this week is of course building towards the championship season. That's what everything's building towards. How much is everyone looking forward to getting there and getting started in another busy campaign?
I think it's always, look at it at the start of it, it's very daunting in terms of what's ahead, but I think once you get back on the grass and the training starts, it gets you ready for it. And even with pre-season games where people look and go, oh, they don't mean anything if it's results or before, it does, because what it does, it gets you to put the work in that you've been working on the training pitch and getting you ready for those 50 minimum games, because every game is going to be different. And having pre-season games, it just gives you opportunities to challenge yourself in different ways, to try out new things, to be preparing yourself for the season ahead. And so the boys are looking forward to it, us as staff are looking forward to it, and I'm sure the fans are as well.